Alright, what's up everybody? This video is going to be basically a full tutorial on how I build strategies and how to use the software. So basically it's just everything I know and everything I'm doing up as of now. Alright, so if you're not interested in, it's mostly going to be about how to use the software. So if that's not what you're here for, then go watch another video. But this is how it works. So first thing is once you pay, DM me on Discord your machine ID. Once I have that, I can put that into the software, and then I'll send you everything through Discord. Then, which machine ID, come to help about right here. I don't know if that's bad to show, but so that's step one. Step two is once you have it downloaded, you're gonna go to Tools, Import, NinjaScript add-on, and download it from wherever you have. That's all you need to do to install it. Now you have it exactly how I do. So right now my strategies is empty because I was trying to build like a new window. So like here you could add a new window that would look like a trading view kind of, just make it look nicer, and that messed up my strategies, so I'm waiting for support to get back to me, but this still should work. So once you import it, now you have everything installed. Everything you need is already on your computer. So next, I'm going to do new strategy analyzer, and should be one of the first, but you should have both of these. The analyzer is what we're going to use to find the first signals. So in this video, I'm going to build one and just let you guys watch. So first thing is I have templates created. This is my default, and the triple signal just has a third. So this is what I do. First thing, I do not use the P&L management, because once you add that with right now we're only finding the shorts. Once you add that with a long, that's going to change, and they will both conflict with each other and just doesn't work well. So then these are your signals. You can definitely add this if you want. Signal number 4 is based on this time frame, but in optimization, NinjaTrader doesn't let you do that, so it has to be 0. But later, once you have your strategy already and you want to use this, then you can, but only in backtests. Then our period is a period for all our indicators. ATR factor, I go up to 5. 5 is usually going to multiply your TP by so much that then you're never hitting TP and you're just ending on end of day. But you know, if that works, it works. TPs, just do something random. Then you select your instrument. In this case, we'll do NQ because that one is what I found the most strategies on. Then let's just do 10-minute. I always backtest June 1st, 2021 to June 1st, 2024. And I'll get to the reason for that later. Then break at end of day, make sure that's on. Always include commission, and I always do 3 ticks of slippage. 3 ticks of slippage is probably extreme, right? If this, actually for NQ, not so much. Well, maybe, I'm not really sure, but that just helps you, right? Makes it more realistic, and also this is more probably than what you're actually going to get, so your results in real life will be better. And, right, this is just affecting our backtest. Our backtest is just to find a strategy, and we don't care how a strategy does in the past. We care about how it does in the future. So if we make it too good, then we're overfitting it, then in the future it has less predictive power, which is what we want from a strategy. Next thing I do, I usually change this to 5, especially if you have less RAM. And so I have 64 gigabytes, but I mean, a month or two ago I had 16, and so I struggled with RAM a lot. So I would do 5, and my genetic, usually max I could do was 2000. So for every computer it'll be different, but just keep in mind if it's crashing, that's because NinjaTrader is taking up all your RAM, and you need to lower this and lower this. That's also why we don't do the default, because the default will run through a lot of iterations and it'll crash for sure. So I do 5 and then 2500. If I even do 1 minute and then do 10 here, like it'll crash for me sometimes. So just keep in mind, you'll have to find out what your computer can handle. But 2505 is a good place to start. Now, also I import, you should have some of these. I think I put the 200, 150. So I always start with the 200. And what that is doing is taking the return divided by the max drawdown and then making sure we have at least 200 trades. And that ratio of the return divided by the max drawdown is at least 2. So once this gets going, you can see it's very quick. This is step 1 in backtesting. Now, a couple things to note are for the indicator periods, if you do a value less than 5, so if you do 4, if 4 is possible, you'll get an error for the comma indicator needs at least 5. So it's not going to break anything. It's not going to stop working. It's just anytime there's a comma indicator, a comma entry signal, it's just going to ignore it. So just so you know. Another thing to note is if you get all zeros, that is completely normal. So actually, no, I won't do it right now. But like for oil, I have not found a good oil strategy yet. I always get zeros. And if you get all zeros and all 0 number of trades, that's completely normal. Just means it couldn't find a good strategy. So, you can run it a couple more times. Like if we ran this again, we would get different results. But if it's, you might have to change some parameters, tweak a little bit to find what you want. So these are our results. All right, these all look amazing on backtests. Like, wow, looks straight up. They're all gonna look like that in backtest, and that's an issue with backtesting. So, step 1 is getting this. Step 2, open in Strategy Analyzer tab, and I always do 2 out of samples. So the reason I do June 1st, 2021 to June 1st, 2024 is to easily just we put this 4 and we do this 5. So now it's testing June 1st until now. So this is out of sample. So the strategy has not seen this data yet. We run. In this case, we made a little bit, but not great. We almost reached our max drawdown, and we only added a little bit more profit. So let's see if it passes out the second out of sample test I do is 2021 to June 1st, 2021. All right, so here it did very good. So far, this strategy actually passes, and with it being short, even though it only made, $200 the last 4 months, I mean, we're at all-time highs right now. So a short strategy, you can't expect it to be doing great. And with slippage and commission. So I actually like this. So Now, next step that I do is duplicate a new window. That's going to open a new window the exact same, right? These two are matching. So I'm going to full screen this one. And now, I'm going to change the optimization. I'm going to keep the signals, but then slightly tweak all of the parameters. This is just to make sure that we aren't overfitting and that this set of parameters is not what's causing us to win. It's actually the signal entry. So for period, we're going to do 7, 13 by 3. ATR factor, we're going to do 0.5 by 1.5 by 0.5. Then for TP, we're going to do 565 to 765 by 50. And then stop loss, it's already pretty low. So let's do 15 by 55 by 10. So all of these are actual parameter that we found is right in the middle. So we want to make sure that if we, if we're a little above or a little below, that we're still getting profitable results. So then what we're going to do is the entire period, we are going to maximize or optimize on the max net profit. And here you can see we get 225 results. So looks good. Now what we want to do with this is, so 225 divided by 2 is 112. Do 115. So we want to make sure that at least half of them are profitable. This means that this is just a way to make sure that our signal actually has an edge, not just our, not just our TP, stop loss, that stuff. So I'm actually not sure how a computer with less RAM will do on this, because these are all taking up RAM. I never did this on my other PC, but for me it works fine. Let's see. Yeah, RAM, I'm at 20 gigabytes right now. But if you can't, you might just have to do, right, your TP and stop loss, you only check one parameter above and below the actual one. But to reduce that, that would get it down to like 75, I think. Then you should be able to. But so here we have and yeah, they're all profitable. They all, for the most part, not this one, not this one, but it looks like most of them have a positive return to drawdown ratio. Let's actually check the full 225. All right, so as you can see, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 out of 290 are unprofitable. And my guess is because they have look, we're winning 2% of trades. Because our stop loss is 15 and our TP is 665. So yeah, just the chances of that actually happening are, they're low. So it makes sense. But so this passes. Now, a lot of people also do walk forward optimizations. I, to be honest, haven't even tried that. I probably should, but I haven't yet. So this is just what I do so far, and so far it seems to be working. So this passes our final test, and so now we have our short signal locked in. Next thing you want to do is create an Excel file or anything really to hold all strategy data. So in there, you want to track everything, right? Because for one, NinjaTrader will sometimes just delete stuff, or an update comes, or like an error comes and you have to delete something and you accidentally delete the wrong thing. So just always best to always have a backup. Like right now, I'm in that exact issue. It deleted all my strategies. I had, I think, like 50 to 100. And there is a way to restore them, but that is not working at the moment. So I might have to spend the next couple hours just retyping them all in. But here is what mine looks like, just to show you guys what all to track. So we have account name, template name, which for these strategies it's the same. Then we put instrument, time frame. How can I freeze? Alright, looks like it only does the top, but so this one is going to be called S12, MNQ, 10 minute. Now, our signals, I always do short here. So since we're short here, also the reason I do short first is because it's a lot easier to find a long strategy when the market's going up versus a short strategy. So first find the short for any market if it's going up. Then once you know you can find a short on that time series, so in this case the 10 minute, the MNQ 10 minute, then we start looking for the long because we don't want to get stuck with a long and then not be able to find a short. So I do the shorts first. Our entry signals are 128, 211. Okay, 128, 211, 0, 0. And I do it in the exact order. So makes it easier to track. 60, these two make no difference. Or the 60 at least makes 0 difference. Then 10, 1, 665, 35, and break-even ticks, which I used to have, but I no longer have. The reason I took that out is because if you want to trade multiple strategies on the same account with the same instrument, your break-even ticks is calculated like, say we're 100 ticks in profit, then it moves it to break even. If there's two positions, right? Say you buy at 20,000, then you buy again at 20,500, your average price is 20,250. Now, if you only move to break even above something, right, whatever it is, you're going to move to there, not to whichever strategy is actually should be break even. So that's why I removed it. Hopefully that makes sense. Then that's it for our shorts. Now, I usually leave this in case we need it. Come back to our optimization. All we do is switch short to long. Now we run again. And we're going to just copy the exact same process. So another thing is you can come in your strategy analyzer, you can come down to here, right click, show log. This shows all of your back tests that you've been doing. This can, hog up a lot of storage. So we're going to come, remove all non-pinned. That deleted them all. Get rid of the log. So the biggest issue with strategy development, like this especially, is overfitting. So you always want to make sure you're doing as many tests as possible to reject a strategy to make sure it's not overfitted. So I know it seems tempting to just run a strategy that did good in the back tests, but trust me, that do not work. Alright, so these are our results. Nope. Gonna do the exact same. Alright, so we lost money. So look at that. Amazing curve. But then just gets killed as soon as it's on unseen data. So that's normal. Just move to the next one. Alright, made good money. Did not pass our drawdown. Now 1, 1, 1. Alright, lost money. Next one. Made great money. Made money. Alright. Now we duplicate a new window. Optimization. Now let's do 12 by 18 by 3. ATR factor 0.5 to 1.5 by 1. No. By 0.5. TP 145 by 345 by 50. 145 by wait, are they TP and stop loss the same? Okay, yeah. Both are 245. So 145 by 345 by 50. Test on the entire period. Max net profits and display 150. Okay, boom. Top 150 all made money. So this passes. Now, one thing you don't want to do is just take this first one. That's something that if you look into overfitting, a lot of people will say, like, that's a, forget what it's called, but some bias. And if you did want to take this one, you could, but then you'd have to restart the entire backtesting for the set of parameters. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that go into overfitting and a lot of different ideas. But this passes our third test, so we close it. Now we have our parameters that we like. And now we record them again. So 53, 135, 0, 0, 60, 15, 1, 245, 245, long. All right. Next step is putting them into one account. So that is where the live comes in. So now live, you can select which directions you want to trade. Now the account max balance and max daily P&L can be used if you're only trading this strategy, if this is the only strategy on that account. If you have more than one strategy on the account, I'm actually not sure how it'll work, but I'm pretty sure they'll conflict with each other. So now we put in our strategy. So yeah, just so it doesn't disappear, I'm going to put on my other tab. So signal 1 is 53, 135, 0, 0, 60, 15, 1, 245, 245, 180, 128, 211, 10, 1, 665, 35, MNQ, 10 minutes. Let's include the entire testing period. Slippage of 3, include commission. Let's run it. And looks good. So here was our here were our shorts. So we had 49,900, 4,900, which the reason this is happening is because we only enter a short if we are flat. If we're long, we won't enter it. So we're missing out on some trades. 288 trades, 291. So it looks like we lost out on 3 winning trades. Looks like I already deleted the long. Was it this one though? Yeah, 68, 1,000. 68, 1,000. So we didn't lose out on any buys. And now we have our 2 strategies together. So a couple things, once you get to this point, a couple things to look at are the max drawdown, right? This is important. We want it to stay low by adding the 2. So in this case, it did a good job, right? Our return to drawdown is getting much better by adding the 2 together. This is what? 1 to 6.8, 1 to 4 point something. Now this one is 6, 7, 8. This one's over 8. So it got better. That's with commission and with extreme slippage. So also keep in mind, if you're gonna do NQ is 50 cents per tick. So you're missing out on 792 ticks times 0.5. It's an extra $400 in slippage, which I don't know. But yeah, so here you have all your statistics. If you're only running this on one account, or if you're only running one strategy on this account, or you just want to try this out anyway, you can optimize this, which what it will do, if we come to analysis, daily net profit, right? These are our daily net profit. So here we had a $800 someday. It'll show, right, 770. If you max it at, 500 and 200, it should cut out near 200 and near 500. Actually, let's do that. The thing is, though, it still can go past because it's not until, well, on backtesting, it's not until every bar closure. On the real strategy, it should stop trading as soon as the ticks. So on backtesting, it's a little different. But let's see how it changes. So we're at 11, 1300. So see, that did not help at all. But if we come to analysis, right, our worst days around 250, 275, and our best day 300. Yeah. We had some high ones though. But this should just be because of historical backtesting. So if you're running this on a prop firm account, it could make sense to, add the whatever your consistency, max gain is or max loss is for that day. But this I usually don't use this. So now we have everything put in. Okay, one more thing to note. Say your long trades is at 500 and your short trades has 1,000 max drawdown. What you can do is you want to even them out, you just double the contracts. So then it would be 1,000 and 1,000. Now basically the simple way that I do just to check if it makes the strategy better or not is if the return to drawdown increases. So if it doesn't increase, then go back to how it was. But okay, now we have our complete strategy. We're going to do template, save. This is S12. Exit this out. Control center, new strategy, live, load. Puts in everything. Only thing you need to double check is the instrument. Instruments do not save with the templates. Shoot. S12. Then you select the account you want to run it on. So for me, I just named it S12. I also like to change it here just so it's easier to find. And that is it. Then you enable it. And that is how you just build a strategy that is working and looks like it could be profitable. Now, I track. So right, today is, put this on yesterday, so the 9th. Today is the 10th. So in a month, I'll come back and check if it's in profit or not. I also keep track of the longs P&L, short P&L, and then the total and max drawdown, which I forgot to do. So let's just do that real quick. Strategy analyzer. Live. Load. S12. MNQ. Run. So then I want to type in our long is 68, 70. Max drawdown is 1,080. Short trades 4,100. Drawdown 900. Then in total, we have 10,960 and 1,300. Now in this case, our contracts are both 1 and 1. And then this is our return to drawdown, which is just return divided by drawdown. And yeah, that's it. Now I just let this strategy just chill for a month. And basically that's how you use it. I just all the S whatever sim strategies are all generated that way. I'm gonna start learning more about walk forward optimization to see how I can use that to better the strategies. But yeah, that's how you do it. Now, there's two options for running strategies. One is on your local PC. One is a VPS. So it's definitely recommended to use a VPS, but they cost money. So I personally do not use one. I just use my own PC. But that means I have to run it whenever I want strategies to be running. My PC has to be on. So if you want a VPS, let me know, and I know somebody who has VPSs just built for running strategies, and I'm pretty sure it's a good price. But I can get you in contact with him. But if you run on your local PC, there's a couple things to... Actually, if you run it on both, there's a couple things you need to keep track of. So one is at market closure. So for me, that's 4 p.m. And when you do that, if you have an indicator set to close all positions and close all orders, it will automatically disable all your strategies for you right at market closure, which is good. So what I do then is between 4 and 5, or as soon as I can, is once they're all shut down, all positions are closed, I shut down NinjaTrader and restart my computer. That just helps, like, just clean stuff up and make sure it's still running smoothly. I have noticed if you run it for a few days without restarting, it'll start to slow down. Sometimes strategies might not enter. Not sure why, but I've seen that happen before. And that can become an issue. Then another thing, which I'm still figuring out how to do the best way, but what I do, well, so here's the issue. Right? Let's do S20 is NQ. Right? So say we have these two positions, two strategies. So one thing I do is even if I'm running it on a live account, I run the same strategy on a demo account so I can track if it's helping or hurting that live account. So like I think it's S17 is running on my Bullinox account. And so is this and this. Once I put it on live, I reset them so I can keep track of if it's actually helping or hurting. Because, yeah. Then what I do is when I'm back to here enabling all my strategies, I enable all the sim accounts first. Each strategy should be specific to one sim account. Then your live account can have multiple strategies. But what can happen is say both of these are on a sim account, but then they're also both on live account. Right? So what I do first is I enable these and I see if they're in a position or not. Because say this one is long and this one is short. Well, say the first one is long, second one is flat. Then we can just enable both on live account and we're fine. It'll enter a long position and we're chilling. But say this one is long and this one is short. The issue you can get is since all the accounts by default are set to immediately submit synchronized account, what it's going to do is, right, if we load both onto live, it's whichever one is loaded second, the live account is going to take that position. So even though we really should be flat, if this one is long and this one is short, we should be flat. Our live account should be flat. But if you enable it, what's going to happen is first this account, when you run it on live, is going to enter a long. Then this account, right after the first one, once you enable it, is going to enter short and synchronize the account so that now you're in a net short position, which isn't what you want. That will mess up your entire day because you'll be off one contract for the entire day. So what I do to avoid that is I first enable all of my sim accounts. Then I see if any are on the same instrument and if they're both in a position. So if they are, I choose whichever one is in more drawdown, right? So say we have one that is up $50, one that is down $50. You want to enter the one that's down $50 so that if you win, you're winning more. If you lose, you're losing more. If you enter the one that's up $50, if you lose, you're losing more. If you win, you're winning less. So that's just my preference. And then to make sure that your next live account doesn't override that, I just do edit strategy. And then just for that moment, I do wait until flat. I've tried immediately submit, not sure why, just doesn't work. Pretty sure that's NinjaTrader. But what it'll do is it won't enter a position, but it will enter a TP and stop loss order, which you don't want at all. So I just do wait till flat. Not sure why it doesn't work for NinjaTrader, but there's a lot of stuff on NinjaTrader that just don't work well. So I think that's everything. Okay, just a disclaimer for all of the backtesting, overfitting, all of those, all that process is just what I've come up with and what I have seen other people do similar. Now, just so everyone knows, I have not, I've not made money from algo trading, from, withdrawing. Let's see if I can connect, but my Bullinex account would be in profit if I did not manually trade it. I lost I think about 1,000, maybe a little more. So I'd be up a little bit of money. But I also have like 6 more strategies that are in profit but don't pass until the 25th. So hopefully after the 25th I can really, start rolling and start getting, with some withdrawals and keep building off that. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully it helped you and, you can learn something from it, learn how to use this better. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, any recommendations. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.